TIFU by not confessing my feelings to my best friend. I, 19M, have always had feelings for my best friend, 18F. We were in school together for 6 years and she was my very good friend from the start. I gradually developed feelings for her, but I was never gonna tell her as I thought we were too young and immature and it won't last for long. But as time went by, my feelings for her only became stronger and stronger, and our friendship too. She is the person I can tell my all the problems to, and she shares literally everything with me too. In lockdown we both spent most of the time chatting with each other and watching shows together. We bonded like hell in those 2 years. But by talking to her I clearly knew she didn't feel the same way I felt about her. So I didn't confess my feelings to her because her friendship is more important to me than anything else. I didn't want to lose her by bringing this up. Fast forward to the college times. We didn't get into the same college and it hurt me so bad that we were gonna split up. She got some wonderful friends from the start and I am as lonely as I can get in the college. I am 1.5 years into the college and still don't have any good friend. But she has a very good friend circle, and few of them being her best friend. When she told me she had other best friends in college, it stung me like hell. Which is kind of selfish, but I just couldn't help myself. She told me that no matter how many friends I have, you are my best friend for life and no one could replace you, and I believed her. But due to us being in different colleges and her having good friends she often hangs out with, we didn't talk as much as we used to. But still we'd talk occasionally on Insta and WhatsApp and talk on long calls once or twice in month and share everything. Fast forward to a week ago. She called me and said she had something very important she wanted to share with me. She said that one of her best friends, let's say Andy, told her that he liked her so much and had feelings for her. But she said didn't think about him that way. Andy said, I just had to tell you. The more I talked to you, my feelings for you would just become strong. He said that he didn't want to lose her because of this, but he couldn't talk with her for some days. She said Andy was genuinely a good guy and wouldn't take advantage of me and wouldn't just fool around. But she was afraid if their friendship might get ruined if something was to happen to their relationship in future. She talked to her other friend about this and she said that they are perfect for each other and everything would be fine in the future. Don't worry too much. Andy's friend also called her and told her that don't overthink it, and if you like him just go ahead with it. She said them she needs some time to think and she'll give her answer after some time. During this whole time, our conversation, I was just thinking please don't say yes. She didn't yet, but I didn't know for sure what was gonna happen. After couple of days we were having a casual conversation and this topic unfolded and she said that she was gonna say yes to him. And I felt this big shock and I didn't move an inch for 5 minutes. I felt like crying. I have never felt so broken. I couldn't let her know how I felt. So I said I was so happy for her. She hasn't said yes yet, but she is going to in 3 days. Now I can't help but wonder what would have happened if I did confess my feelings. One thing I know for sure is that she wouldn't unfriend me because our friendship is too precious for her. I already wasn't so happy with my life and now I had to live with this. And I don't have anyone to share this with. I am so depressed by this and there's nothing I can do about it. I don't even have friends in college, so my mind would divert. I'll just have to bury my feelings and I have no idea how am I gonna do that, and the hard part, their relationship hasn't even started yet. I don't know how am I gonna watch them together. I welcome any advices. P.S. I know I am too young for this. And I have so much to experience in life and this isn't the end. But can't seem to help myself. TLDR. I didn't confess my feelings to my best friend thinking it'd ruin our friendship, and her other best friend did and she said yes and now I have to live with it. What you're feeling right now is valid. You feel like you missed your shot. Like you should have taken it. Like the risk you were worried about wasn't real and you could have had what you really wanted all along. The thing is, that probably isn't true. Every relationship is different. The way she reacts to Andy isn't going to be the same as the way she reacts to you. You have a different relationship. Different history. You're different people. That risk you feared may very well be accurate. Not because she would want to lose the friendship, but because disclosures like this genuinely change the dynamic in ways that neither of you can predict. She might have feelings for you and it might work out. But if she doesn't, you can't actually know how that would impact your friendship. Also, she's clearly not actually into this guy. If she was, she wouldn't have to be convinced into dating him. It sounds like she's struggling with the pressure from her other friends and her fears about how the friendship would be impacted if she didn't say yes, and she's getting herself deeper into a messy situation that's very likely to end badly. You should never date someone who is with you anything other than enthusiastically. If she's given you clear signs she doesn't have those feelings for you, don't put pressure on her by declaring yours. If you genuinely value the friendship, then accept it for what it is and find your own ways to let go of the hope for something more. A therapist can be super helpful for things like this. The bright side is that you still have your best friend and you get to see how pressuring her into a relationship works out long term before you make the same mistake. I'm in my 30s and I've seen this play out more times than I can count. It never ends with happy ever after. Hang in there. It's hard, but you'll learn a lot about yourself in finding your way through it. The way I see it, you only have two options. 1. You bury your feelings and move on. Stay friends and find other girls to fawn after. This is the hardest with the biggest everyday struggle, but it keeps your friendship intact. 2. Tell her how you feel and be prepared that your friendship will crumble. She may flip-flop back to you and you may have a wonderful, amazing relationship. But more likely it'll just create awkwardness and one or both of you will decide the friendship isn't worth maintaining. TLD, or suck it up or abandon ship. Not a TIFU. You still have her friendship, which is more important to me than anything else. But by talking to her, I clearly knew she didn't feel the same way I felt about her. So I didn't confess my feelings to her because her friendship is more important to me than anything else. You need to develop some friendships with people at your school. Yeah, well, I hope others reading this can learn from it. When I was younger, I met a German girl and she was amazing and we talked about anything and everything. I was going away for a few weeks and I introduced her to a friend of mine. Other people told me was gay, so I thought they can entertain each other. Turns out he wasn't gay and now they're married and have 3 kids. Oh well, at least she's happy and my friend too. I hope you can move forward from this quick. If you love her, remember that she's happy and that's what matters a lot. Best thing to do is to break contact. When the relationship is imbalanced, you need to step away, likely permanently. Life is about making connections and you learn what you do and don't like. Likewise, you learn what others do and don't like about you. You know the situation. You know her feelings. You should tell her regardless and, like Andy, say you need to go. It's the only way you can straighten yourself out. Years from now you will look back and either regret you said nothing or just think of her as another rejection. It's better to be rejected than be filled with regret. It lets you grow. On the plus, it took her over a week and basically being talked into it to decide to go out with him. Had she been sitting there wanting the same thing, she wouldn't have needed all that. The truth is she's really not into him. Oh, and what's with this whole 3-day thing? Maybe it's all those rom-coms I've seen, but that sounds like she's waiting to see if she has another option. Well, honestly, it's up to you. It would be a bit too much on your friend's plate if you confessed now, but you also have to put yourself first. Can you be a good friend knowing that she's dating someone else? You may have to distance yourself for a bit if you feel like you couldn't handle it. At the end of the day, it's not her fault she doesn't know you like her. Tough situation to be in, but if you truly are friends, she'll understand if you tell her why. You may need to distance yourself a bit. Good luck, and try not to overthink it too much either. What's a friend if you are not true to them about how you feel about them? Tell her how you feel about her, but ensure she gets the message that you didn't share these feelings before because you called her as a friend and didn't want to lose that relationship. I feel the fact she is mentioning about Andy so much might be to see your response, especially on your romantic feelings towards her. Every girl knows deep down about how their partner feels about them. So I feel it's really good to be honest about everything rather than struggle so much and carry regrets all your life. Imbalanced relationships are the worst. I completely understand how much you love her and value her as your friend, but believe me, you will keep suffering and you won't get out from there. My advice: show her that you are interested, but do not do it from a position of suffering, and do not let her know how imbalanced the relationship is. If you want a chance with her, you need to do it in a flirtatious, funny, excited way from her paw, but be prepared to be rejected. If that happens, let her know that you just realized you no longer see her just as a friend, and unfortunately you cannot be friends anymore. And if she is interested in giving you an opportunity, you are a call away. It will be painful as fuck, and if that happens you will regret having done so. But believe my words, this is the best you can do for yourself. And in the long term you will feel way better about it. That's a lesson I had to learn the hard way. If you are interested in a girl, better try something with her and have something, be rejected, than staying there as a friend. Being a friend that has feelings for her is not fair, for you nor for her. Best of luck and be strong. P.S. Also, being rejected gives you a better chance to move on. Being in this friends state traps you mentally and prevents you from meeting other awesome girls. Well, why do you think she told you this? You should tell her you've been loving her for a while. Be a coward all the way through and send her a text with the truth. Short truth. Wait for when you two are together again and tell her everything. Of course it breaks you to see her with others. In the end, only she can decide if she would want to be with you instead, even though it is long distance. Just remember, soulmates don't exist. What you feel for her, you can also feel for countless other women in the world. If you do never end up together, it's okay to be in pain. It makes you human, alive. It helps you grow as a person. Just do your best to remember you will meet someone else who will reciprocate your feelings, and you'll be the happiest you've ever been. And the best friend you love now will be so happy for you. Just tell her, dude, life's too short. Hey, I'm 21, had a very similar situation happen to me. Best friends with a girl for years. She was literally the other half of me. I denied my feelings for the longest time. Some time ago I had the realization that I had feelings, and it ate me up for the longest time as I tried to be that same friend and just get over it. I was really close with her entire family and didn't want to mess anything up. Sooner or later I gave in. I kissed her. We both didn't know how to move forward. We tried dating, but apparently she wasn't ready and it didn't feel right. Killed our friendship. It's been the biggest regret of my life. My advice: just be grateful she'll continue to be in your life. It sucks ass what you're going through, but it's better it than losing that relationship.
If you enjoyed this video, please check out our playlists full of similar content. Epic Ericast is like doom scrolling for your ears. Please like, share, and subscribe.